All right, let's start programming with arrays. Let's say we want an array of doubles and we want 10 elements in our array of doubles. Don't forget that arrays are homogeneous. That means that they can only have one type of data inside them. If we wanted to have one double, as you know, we would just say double A, declare a double. In memory, this would look like something like this, inside of which is garbage because we have not initialized it. But if you wanted to have a whole array of doubles, what we would do is we would have double square brackets, open and close, data equal to new, which is a keyword that we're going to talk a lot about, and double 10. So this means that this is the name of our array, because an array is a variable. It's a data container. It's just that it's capable of storing multiple elements. So that's the name or identifier. We're going to have the number of elements inside the array specified, and we're going to have a type of each element here and here. And we have the new operator. We're going to talk a lot about the new operator, but the new operator in short is basically you're asking the computer for more memory. And I'm going to talk about this in detail in just a little bit. So basically, this is what we get in memory. We get 10 cells that, just like it was the case with strings, we call each cell an index, and we start counting from 0. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we have 10 indices or 10 cells, and we start counting from 0 all the way to 9. Another main difference that you should notice here is that, unlike what was the case with our variables, where they would hold they wouldn't hold a value and they would have garbage inside if they weren't initialized, each element of an array is initialized to 0 to begin with. So if you don't assign a value to it, it is initialized to 0. So this is the first way. This is the one way to declare an array. The second way to declare an array is simply by, so you wouldn't have the new operator. The new operator is implied here, but you're initializing this array. So you're saying, I want an array. So anytime you have the closed and open and closed square brackets, and this is not squiggly brackets, it's square brackets, you're implying that you want an array. So you say you want an array and you give a whole bunch of numbers to be stored in this array. So the computer takes it and assigns this much memory for you, and you'll end up having them being filled in your array. So 32 is the first number. It's being saved as 32.0 because it's an array of doubles. So this is index 0, index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And of course the size is 10. You can access any of these elements simply by using the open and closed brackets. That's the syntax for accessing any element. So for instance, if I said println, so print data index 4, so again, I'll just renumber these: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we don't forget. Here, this is our index 4. It's the fifth element, but it's index 4. So what will be printed is 35. And we can also change the value of any of our indices using the open and close bracket. So here we are looking at the fifth element, which is index 4. So again, sorry if this is a little boring. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So the fourth one is over here. and we're basically saying to replace the value with 17.7, and it's done already. So it was 35, we're setting it to 17.7, and if we do another print, we're going to get 17.7 for index 4, because it has changed. So basically the indices, they start from 0 to 9. Processing, like many other languages, we start counting from 0, and of course the size of data is 10. One thing that you should pay attention to is that index 0 is actually the first element, index 1 is the second element, and so on. And because the size is 10, index 9 is the 10th and last legal element. So just like it was the case with strings, right now if I said data index 10, that would be wrong, right? Because there is no such thing as index 10. If we go back to here, if I, for example, said print ln data index 10, this would give you processing is nice. Some languages, basically your program runs and crashes. Processing's compiler catches this and gives you an out of bound error. So if you had because there's no, so this is index 9, there is no index 10, so you'll get an out of bound error.